Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I just wanted to give you an update on my Tillandsia here, my pink quill, and I wanted to give you a Hoya update. It's going to be a beautiful fall day out there. The sun's just starting to come in the greenhouse. You can see it's really bright over there, so hopefully we don't get too much backlighting, but I would love the full sun to come in the greenhouse here as we get filming. But yeah, I wanted to show you this guy here. This one we unpotted from the pot. We hung it up, and people have been asking how it's been doing, and I never really seem to show it, so I'm showing it now. There's the actual name on it there. It's the pink quill Tillandsia. So the mother plant has pretty much died, but it left me with 3 pups, and 2 of them have bloom spikes coming. So you can see a pink quill starting there, and a pink quill starting there. You can see another little plant coming out the bottom there. And there's another pup there that hasn't formed anything, but it's just not quite as big, I guess. Hopefully. So it looks like I'm going to have 2 blooms on it this year anyway, so that's kind of cool. This hangs up now with the rest of my Tillandsias. I removed it from the dirt from the pot. You can still see the roots. It gets sprayed often, and it's very humid in here anyway, so it got a lot of full sun this summer. It hung up quite high, probably at about the 9-foot mark, and yeah, it was sort of right below the roof there. Got lots of bright light. But yeah, that's just a little update on him. And this is one of my Hoyas here. This is Lobii, and it is now out in bloom for the first time for me. So I thought I would show it to you as well and do an update. I have another one in bloom as well. I'll get to that one in just a second. But this is the Lobii there. So this is one of my cuttings. Everything I show you basically is going to be from that order of cuttings that I did and got in June, I think. They all rooted. Some are just starting to really grow. Others have grown like 4 feet. So just depends on the plant. But really happy about this guy. This cutting here was this tall when I got it, and it's growing 2 new sets of leaves. And all 4 sets of leaves have bloomed though, so that's totally great. And as you can see, it's just opening up. They started opening about a week ago, and quite beautiful. That's an easy one to show you there, just because it's sort of out in the open, not tucked under the leaves. And so this is Hoya Lobii. The media I use for all of them is going to be a mixture of bark, perlite, peat moss. Quite heavy on the bark and the perlite, quite easy on the peat moss. Very well draining mix. I will say that all of my Hoyas seem to dry out quite well before I re-water them. So you're going to see probably a bunch of dry pots today. Let's turn around though, and I'll show you where the Hoyas are at this point. I was just sitting on the little stool there while I'm talking, but everything is mounted up pretty high, so I put some of the ones I thought were going to be bigger and have runners way up there. There's some in trays up there, another in trays here, more in trays over there, and then one in bloom just off camera. But why don't we go up and we'll have a look at these guys. In my first sort of official update for Hoyas. Excuse me while I climb step ladders while filming. Stepping on the mic cord the whole time. Okay, so I will try my best to name some of these guys. I probably will butcher it as well. This is Doviata. A few new leaves on it. The newer leaves are red. There's a new stem actually starting, so that's kind of cool. I don't get up here and look at them that much myself, actually. And it grew a little bit down here, but not much. Cinnamomfolia. These names I've never really said out loud other than that one other update. Hasn't done a whole lot for me at all, actually. Just kidding. So this guy goes down, and I think this is about where the cutting left off. And now this thing traces around here. There's another leaf from it. Traces in. There's another leaf. And another 2 leaves. And then it actually starts to head back up. Up, up, up. Not these little guys, but there's the vine for it right there. Comes up and around, and it's now sitting right in front of me right here. So this thing is probably grown the most. I would say it would be touching the ground from hanging at a 7-foot mark. But yeah, hopefully it will bloom with that. It's really wrapped around everything. King of Canum. A few new leaves. A few new leaves on it. What's this guy? It's starting to really take off too. Melliflua. Sorry if I'm butchering these for you Hoya people. This is brand new, so that's taking off that way and hitting the roof, which will have to be stopped before winter because the roof will get cold. And then it's kind of going in all different directions here. This is a new growth on it as well. What else do we have? Purpurea fusca. That's this guy. He has not done a whole lot. Not a whole lot at all. I like this little one here. It is my CV Malphide. Cute little dainty guy. Now this is not part of him. Remember, that's the other one. But it has all these cute little round leaves that have the flecks in it. And I think the new growth starts about here, and it's gone down to a good foot or two. And it's got some new little shoots coming out the top. And I'm just not quite close enough to these guys, so I'm going to move the ladder. Bear with me here. Back down we go. See if I can get in a little closer here and not step onto the ladder. So those guys are all hanging. These guys I put in little trays. Makes watering a lot easier. They're all doing very well. I don't see any bloom spikes on most of them, but new growth everywhere. This one's coming along. That is Australis, species Australis. That's all new up there. It started growing up, but not vining. It's more like a bush. Nice big leaf jump though, so that's nice. Mini Bell's kind of a neat one. It hasn't done a whole lot for me though. It started to grow here by the looks of it, and then the tip died. Haldrichiana, right there. Dave Phil, that was one that actually bloomed for me before as well. So it's done a little bit. It's bushier. Is this part of Dave Phil? This might be Dave Phil coming out the side here as well. What else do we have? Another guy back there with a little, I'm going to call it like a basil shoot coming out the bottom. These guys are some of my littler ones here. My Wayanetii didn't do a whole lot for a long time, but it's finally sort of becoming a little bush. It's got some little stuff coming out now, and we got some growth happening. You can see how dry some of these are. Quite dry. What's this guy here? This one is cute. I like it. Curtsy eye. It's done very well for a little vine. It was quite little. I can step down a little bit now. There's where the cutting ended. So I've got all this new growth on it. So that's nice. Lots of aerial roots coming out, looking to grab stuff. New growth. Brevietta. Another nice little guy. It's finally taken off. You can see all the lighter color growth down at my hand, on my palm, and it's kind of shooting out sideways now. What else do we have that's coming along? We'll go over to this side here. And again, I'll try not to step on the mic. You can see one in flower there. And I'm just going to move this pot because I didn't think this through very well. And hang you there. So again, you can see I let these guys go quite dry. I come up here with a hose and give them just a shot of water once a week or so. This one's doing quite well. It just has a number, it doesn't have a name. This one hasn't done a whole lot of anything. I really like this guy. It's nice and bushy and full, although it's not very big yet. Folia. This one's got some nice pretty leaves up here, looking at it from this angle. Polynerva. No flowers on it yet. Oh, there's some little nubbins there. What do they call those? Pinnacles? I'm sure if we were looking for pinnacles along the way, we'd find lots actually. I see them every once in a while when I really start looking for them. Way up there in the back corner is my tricolor carnosa. My regular carnosa is actually in the house. It was just so big, it was growing so fast, I thought I'd try one in the house. And last but not least, my crinkle leaf. This is the one that started it all. I got this a year or two back. And last year I did an update asking if any of these were bloom spikes, and they had little tiny ones. And ever since this spring, this thing has been blooming like crazy. So I just brought it down to show you the blooms. I do love how round these are. Even though it's just a common carnosa crinkle leaf, I really love the way they form a ball. I really love the white that looks like little pearls on them. And you can see lots of nectar on it as well, droplets of water. It's really sticky. You can see it on my finger now. So it's really loving it in here. It has had lots and lots of bloom spikes on it. It's really slowing down for the winter, I've noticed. But otherwise, still doing well. These, it's like got so many old bloom spikes that just kind of keep coming back. So it's still in a 4-inch pot. It does have quite a lovely smell to it. And yeah, one of my favorites still. The other carnosa that I got is right here. It's sort of buried behind Lilalia. It goes in every direction. It goes down and it goes sideways. Trails along horizontal. It's that horizontal vine you can see. It did a lot of blooming this summer. It probably had 2 or 3 flushes. Hasn't done much this fall so far, but lighting is going down. Temperature is going down. These guys aren't going to have any extra supplemental light, so it's just whatever daylight they get. So they're really gonna have a cycle here in the greenhouse, and they're in the cold side. Temperatures are getting cooler in here, so consistently the lows now are 55 on this side. You can see how nice and bushy it is down there. It's like caught. I can't move it up. It goes all the way down behind the fan. But yeah, the Hoyas are doing well. I find them very, very low maintenance. Unlike some of the other plants, if I let them go dry, that's okay. They do tend to drop leaves or growth or like abort growth tips quite often. Haven't quite figured out why that is. Maybe some of you guys know why that is. I have a few hypotheses, but haven't had enough sort of time to study and prove it. But you know, I think it could be that A, I let them go too dry and it drops the leaves, or B, too wet. I do think it's something to do with moisture. But yeah, like this guy here, he continually drops his leaves. 1 or 2 form and then like 6 don't. It starts to form. You can see this is like a dead black leaf here, and it comes off. It never got anywhere. Same with this here. It was going to go in 2 different directions. So I don't know what's up with some of these guys. They just sort of do their thing and I let them, and you know, to get the odd leaf out. I would love to know why the tips go black though. I don't know if that's temperature, water, too much water, too little water, I don't know, too much light, too little light. Some do good, some don't do good, but none of them are dying anyways. So if you have any ideas why those tips die, leave them in the comments below. If you have any other questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below as well. I love to read everybody's comments. And if you want to see more updates like this, I promise I will film more when these guys start to bloom again. So as we get new blooms, I will bring out the camera again to make sure we do updates as they bloom, and we'll go from there. So anyways, I guess that's Hoya update for October 2015. Thanks for watching, guys.